Warren Buffett has one investment rule that's so simple, a child could understand it. Yet following this one rule turned him from a kid with $9,800 in savings into a man worth $150 billion. The rule: never invest in something you don't understand. That's it, 6 words. But here's the thing, 99% of investors completely ignore this rule. They buy stocks because their friend told them to, or because some influencer hyped it up, or because they saw it trending on social media, and they lose money. I'm going to show you exactly how this rule works, why Buffett swears by it, and how you can use it today to avoid the biggest investment mistakes most people make. Let's break it down. First, let me give you some context on who Warren Buffett actually is, because these numbers are insane. Warren Buffett is 95 years old. He's been investing for over 80 years. His net worth as of January 2026 is approximately $150 billion, making him one of the 10 richest people in the world. But here's what makes him different from every other billionaire. He didn't inherit this money. He didn't get lucky with a tech startup. He didn't win the lottery. He built this Fortune 1 investment at a time, using a strategy so consistent and so simple that anyone can learn it. In 1965, Buffett took control of a struggling textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. The stock was trading at around $19 per share. Today, a single share is worth over $750,000. That's not a typo. $750,000 per share. From 1965 to 2024, Berkshire Hathaway delivered a compound annual return of 19.9%. The S&P 500 over the same period, 10.4%. That means if you had invested $10,000 with Buffett in 1965, you'd have over $400 million today. So, yeah, when this man talks about investing, you listen. Okay, so what does never invest in something you don't understand actually mean? It means if someone asks you, what does this company do? And you can't explain it in simple terms, you shouldn't own that stock. Buffett calls this your circle of competence. It's the area where you actually understand how things work. Inside that circle, you can make smart decisions. Outside that circle, you're just guessing. And guessing with your money is a terrible idea. Let me give you an example. Let's say someone tells you to buy stock in a pharmaceutical company developing a new cancer drug. Can you explain how that drug works? Do you understand the FDA approval process? Can you evaluate whether the drug will actually make money? If the answer is no, that stock is outside your circle of competence. Don't buy it. Now, does that mean you need to be an expert in everything? Absolutely not. Buffett's circle of competence includes insurance, banks, consumer products, and railroads, things he understands deeply. But for decades, he avoided technology stocks completely because he said he didn't understand them. And you know what? That was fine. He still became one of the richest people in the world by sticking to what he knew. The point isn't to know everything. The point is to know your limits and invest only within them. Now, let me tell you about the biggest investing mistake Warren Buffett ever made, and it happened because he broke his own rule. In 1962, Buffett started buying shares of Berkshire Hathaway when it was still a textile company. He thought it was undervalued and he could make a quick profit. But here's the problem. Buffett didn't really understand the textile industry. He didn't understand the competitive pressures, the declining demand, or how difficult it was to make money in that business. He was investing emotionally, not rationally. Why? Because he got into a petty dispute with the company's manager over 12.5 cents per share. Instead of walking away, Buffett bought enough shares to take control of the company and fire the manager. He's later called this decision his biggest mistake. Buffett has said that if he had taken that same money and invested it directly in insurance companies, which he understood, it would have been worth $200 billion more. Let that sink in. $200 billion. Lost because he invested in something outside his circle of competence out of emotion. Even Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, loses money when he breaks his own rule. That's how important this rule is. Now let me tell you about one of Buffett's greatest investments, and it happened because he followed his rule perfectly. In 1988, Buffett started buying shares of Coca-Cola. Over the next few years, he invested over $1 billion in the company. Why Coca-Cola? Because it was inside his circle of competence. Buffett understood exactly how Coca-Cola made money. They sell a product that costs pennies to make for dollars. They have one of the most recognized brands in the world. They have distribution in almost every country on Earth. And here's the key. Buffett could predict with confidence that people would still be drinking Coca-Cola in 10, 20, 30 years. That's the test. If you can't confidently predict that a company will still be relevant and profitable decades from now, you don't understand it well enough to invest in it. Buffett's Coca-Cola investment, it's now worth over $25 billion. That's a 25 times return, not because he got lucky, not because he timed the market perfectly, but because he invested in something he completely understood and held it for the long term. That's the power of staying within your circle of competence. Okay, so how do you actually apply this rule as a regular investor? Here's the framework I recommend. Step 1. Ask yourself, can I explain in one sentence what this company does? If you can't, don't invest. Period. Apple makes iPhones and computers. Google makes money from advertising. McDonald's sells fast food. These are companies you can understand. Step 2. Ask yourself, do I understand why this company makes money? For Apple, it's because people love the iPhone and pay premium prices for it. For McDonald's, it's because they have thousands of locations and consistent demand for cheap, fast food. If you can't explain the business model, you don't understand the company. Step 3. Ask yourself, will this company still be relevant in 10 years? This is the most important question. Buffett doesn't invest in businesses that might disappear. He invests in businesses with lasting power. Will people still be drinking Coca-Cola in 10 years? Probably yes. Will people still be using this random cryptocurrency that launched last week? Who knows? Step 4. If you can't answer all 3 questions confidently, the investment is outside your circle of competence. And that's okay. There are thousands of stocks you could invest in. You only need to invest in the ones you actually understand. Let me tell you the 3 biggest mistakes I see people make with this rule. Mistake number 1, confusing familiarity with understanding. Just because you use a product doesn't mean you understand the business. You might love using Instagram, but do you understand how Meta makes money from advertising? Do you understand their costs, their competition, their growth strategy? Using a product is not the same as understanding a business. Mistake number 2, investing in things that sound smart. People buy biotech stocks or cryptocurrency or complicated financial instruments because they want to seem sophisticated. But if you can't explain it to a 10-year-old, you don't understand it. Simple is better. Buffett became a billionaire investing in insurance companies, candy makers, and banks. Not sexy, but he understood them. Mistake number 3, ignoring your circle of competence and chasing returns. You see a stock go up 50%, and you think, I need to get in on that. But if it's outside your circle of competence, you're gambling, not investing. The biggest gains come from patience and discipline, not from chasing whatever's hot right now. Buffett has a quote, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Stay patient, stay disciplined, invest only in what you understand." All right, here's what you should do today. Step 1, make a list of 5 to 10 companies you actually understand, not companies you've heard of, companies whose business models you can explain. For most people, this might be McDonald's, Apple, Coca-Cola, Walmart, Visa. Simple businesses with clear ways of making money. Step 2, research those companies. Read their annual reports. Understand their financials. Make sure they're actually good businesses, not just businesses you understand. Step 3, start investing small amounts in those companies. Don't try to time the market. Just start putting money into businesses you understand and hold them for the long term. And step 4, resist the temptation to invest in things outside your circle of competence. Someone will tell you about a hot stock tip. An influencer will hype up some new investment. Your friend will brag about their crypto gains. Ignore all of it. Stay disciplined. Warren Buffett's rule is simple. Only invest in what you understand. But simple doesn't mean easy. It takes discipline to ignore the noise. It takes patience to stick with boring, understandable businesses. But that's exactly how Buffett built $150 billion. And if it works for him, it can work for you. If this video helped you understand investing better, hit that subscribe button. I'm breaking down the strategies of the world's best investors every single week so you can build real wealth. Stop guessing with your money. Start investing with knowledge. See you in the next one.